DELROY Chuck first call before he speak with the Prime Minister.
No man, me hear all of that.
If not him running the country, so not dictate to the Prime Minister. Who you want to speak to? You know work that way. You know say work.
Nathaniel, hold on.
DELROY talk is not like it's cancer. It's not like I'm just saying now me to them a DELROy.
Yeah,
then do something first and then come make him and him reason. But you don't want to do that.
Yes.
He one way. Him do it to a PNP party. That's why him not gonna sign people against one who can't charge him for 2 years and behind in the back. And that him want him can't do to a JP him silver for the party with it.
Exactly.
So Caution, let me ask you something, Caution. What the problem you have if the Prime Minister said to Mark Olin, say, speak to the person who in charge, and if there's a deadlock, then you talk to me after. What problem you have with that, Caution?
All right, the problem we have with that is that we are speaking about high-level meetings with two political leaders in charge of two political parties.
Man, stop chat
one
foolish
is
system
in
and
charge of the Jamaica Labour Party.
You just make the man finish.
Mark Olin is in charge of the
Technique. All we have back before we to the committee. You know hype nothing. Not the only man. You know hype no
foolishness.
Even guys, even if you talk foolishness, like him finish now, man. And then after we tell him say foolishness, no.
Like the same thing.
You know, listen to foolishness call over.
All me I said to
Platform him talking.
all me I said to we. Make him talk the foolishness and then after we take it from there.
And then after the one, even him
I want to hear it, call me no want to hear it.
You're foolish, you're not idiot. You're not idiot. You need to move on from that. No, we don't tell him what he's
doing. He will not have no dialogue with him until he go and speak to DELROY Chuck. And that is what we say in the argument done. No dialogue with him until he speak with Mr. Chuck. I know him a run thing, he can dictate to the Prime Minister and tell him who want to talk to.
I call the Prime Minister, party man and all kind of argument.
Why you not gonna argue with Bunty? You got best up in BBL body woman for got challenge Mark Golden. That you not for argue over and talk about. I'm come off ANJU back.
So anyway, so we only need to understand people. Even though ANJU Golden is the Prime Minister, if the opposition leader don't agree for the constitutional to change.
Look here, Mark Golden now come dictate to the Prime Minister. Him not going to come dictate to the Prime
Minister. That's why he put himself in the position and he can't out. He put himself and stand up in the way of Jamaica becoming a republic as a British citizen. All intention is the Jamaica the CCJ. We're not going down there. We're not going to the CCJ and the argument done. The Prime Minister already told him that man be on the first day in the Parliament. So I'm not going to the CCJ.
So
and the argument done.
That means that we will not go to Republic, and that's final. There's nothing you can do.
You're not going to dictate to nobody. Your leader not dictate to nobody.
But hear me now, follow me now. Caution.
Caution. You think I want Jamaica become a republic? And I want the country to become a republic.
Nathaniel, make your talk now, please. Caution, make your talk, please.
Yeah, please.
It is going to become a republic eventually. Because if the leader of opposition and the Prime Minister can't come to no agreement in a parliament, what simply going to happen, the Prime Minister, the government, are going to put it to a referendum and put it to the people. And that's going to happen.
Yeah, but
and the governor, hold on, let me wrap up this, please. The opposition leader, there's nothing can do about that.
Okay, so your information,
Exactly.
right? It is a two-step process. When you pass it in Parliament, you put it as a referendum. If you put it as a referendum, you have to pass it in Parliament.
No, Tasha, then I say it word.
We know business where you want to say. Your leader now dictate the Prime Minister.
Because him have always come with a style where him have and it now go change.
I don't want him over. If you say now go happen, I feel him talk to
Mark Golden do a try to dictate to the Prime Minister to make it seem as him around the country. What Mark Golden tried to do to the Prime Minister is dictatorship. So tell the Prime Minister say now go to who the Prime Minister send him to be one go straight to the Prime Minister in a work so.
But
Romeo, you know.
when I want to ask, listen to your question there. When I want to ask you,
People like.
because me always not go like me know everything.
I'm just telling me let a private, you know, and him open it up and bring it out to the public.
You can't tolerate them in a call, because I see you wanna be a PMP in a box and you beat them bad enough.
Let me ask you something. I want to ask you this. The second letter where the prime, because me don't know everything. The second letter where the Prime Minister write to him and tell him say where he must resume back the virile talk. What do you think about the one day?
But after I meet with Chuck,
So in that letter call, the Prime Minister tell Mark Bolin say he need to go and meet with DELROY Chuck. That also in the letter. You need to go and read the full letter. That is also a part in the letter.
After me say something.
Mark Bolin not put a release letter to the public, you know. Mark Bolin breach the process. It will be confidential. So Mark Bolin try to block every single law because he has no intent that the Jamaica become a republic and not get it.
him telling me to Chuck after Chuck then do the very royal talk. And him want me top and a brawling. Like him the one
Yeah, we need some order to make we talk one at a time, please. Well, let me say something there real quick there. If you need to meet with call us a question, you say if me and the Prime Minister and me say let's have a very royal talk and you dismiss it, there's no more need to talk with you no more again. No more need. It's none and void.
I agree with that, you know. Me agree with that.
The Prime Minister did say to him. Wait the call. The Prime Minister did say to him. Carl, wait there. The Prime Minister did say to him, right? Him figure meet with DELROY Chuck, which is the Minister of Justice. Him figure meet with, right? So why him think say him fi bypass DELROY Chuck now and go straight to the Prime Minister? So him special? Him now go dictate to the Prime Minister to order.
Minister of Constitutional Affairs. And it's going to speak with Mr. Chuck.
Exactly.
So I don't know why I feel like he can't bypass Mr. Chuck to go for ANJU. No, you have to speak with the man.
You see one of the things, you know, guys, one of the things what Mark Bolin not understanding is that him don't show the Prime Minister no respect, so him not going to get no respect.
All right.
The amount of disrespect when him disrespect this man here, him there the man swearing, him not feel like him should have stand up when everybody else has stand up.
Yeah.
People are in a parliament, him not feel like, I mean, I tell him for looking at the Prime Minister face, but him feel like him should not acknowledge when the Prime Minister talking there straight down in a phone.
Hold it back, Bolin stand up. Carl,
Nathaniel, these are the things when Mark Bolin do, and it come back for bite him.
Yeah.
These are the things we do. And when no one will take a pen and put to paper and write to the Prime Minister and feel like the Prime Minister will just fall for him and say, no, you stop.
You feel the Prime Minister and boy. You feel it's ANJU and boy. You have ANJU as in boy.
You never come humble yourself. You do a whole heap of disrespectfulness. And because of that, you cause a whole heap of bad blood.
All night debate. So my time call ANJU thief and ANJU don't want to go to win money alone.
I mean, you cast the disrespect. So, but I know, me see them have one thing, but them have all of them opposition members assign code of conduct. I tell you one of the PNP them yesterday said that is just grandstand. Because a man can sign any little thing where they want to sign and corrupt same way. So I don't want to hear nothing about nobody has signed this and sign.
Them keep up to nothing.
Look, we are going in the St. Catherine municipality. Pay thiefness. The PNP need to come and address what going on. Them need to come.
Every day on the customer about him a thief and no can't show when thief. But come on to not thief.
But you know what Tino and others, when me glad say, the PNP continue. And that's why I'm sure say, if God spare my life, and if me even dead and gone, as my old people, them that say, and so breed come on my grave. PNP can't win the next election neither. Because it's clear to us, see, the same campaign, them a campaign pan. Because up to today, them still at about 28 bank account.
So let me ask you something, Carl.
And them still at the foolishness.
Carl, let me ask you something real quick and fast. J Bless, let me say something real quick.
Yeah.
After I say this, me connecting the that talk there. You see, who make that feasible? If Jamaica Labour Party put in place in the constitution rules and regulations say, you see, if you don't come and attack, you're not liable for sue, you're not liable for go to prison. Who always make these people have these authority and these figure over them and things that them control Jamaica? Now the Jamaica Labour Party always have pussyfoot run and act like them a saint. I like them have a part to heaven.
Exactly.
And we are the fault, right? We Labour rights, a while ago. Oh, we have him in there entertain we and I take over the narrative and I make argument.
You see?
You said, Tina, I don't know how you reach up in the back.
We don't want to know him reach, but we don't want to know him come out. If you call him, say, kick him out, we can't go in a film back. You're going there.
And then Carla said, make him talk the foolishness. Nobody no want to hear.
No, you see, my argument is, Tino, my argument, guys, is that you're the type of person where me is. Me love give you a long rope for end yourself,
No, but I believe that
Let me say this to us, guys. Me believe that we as Labour, right, we have enough ammunition for fire upon PNP.
No, brother. If we have enough ammunition, we will win 63 seats.
But we don't want them to come here, come campaign. A campaign already for the local government election. We don't need them in our back.
You know, him believe
that coming man time to campaign and tell like that. We don't have time that we waste with them. They're not relevant, brother.
So much we can't talk one time, and so I just do to my mic and keep quiet and listen. What do you expect my goal in video?
Because there's nothing
going on down there.
Right. Because there's nothing that should preclude the Prime Minister from actually being
because they have man down their work illegally without the knowledge that the Governor General, without the appointment of the Governor General.
No, separate and apart from that, but you want it is where the officers that are mandated to carry out their duty, that they do so within the remit of the law, the act that governs them. We don't want them to go on a folly, to go on a limb rather, and at the behest of we call it special interest groups, and one of those grouping is actually the People's National Party. We don't want them to just because somebody says, yeah, Koye, you should go after the Prime Minister to bring down a democratic elected government. Then they are going to use whatever tool in their arsenal to say, you know what, I have the power and I can say that I am not going to certify the Prime Minister financial declaration. And so therefore, that in itself constitutes a breach of the person's fiduciary responsibility as in an officer that serves the
that
country.
Is part about it,
That's the only issue.
No one cannot be sanctioned for it, That's why I said taxpayer not supposed to pay, damage with them.
And they get so much billions of dollars.
Taxpayer not supposed to pay for it. They must make the money that carry out the damage, must pay. They must put in the act and they find to breach public office. They must resign immediately.
What do you think, say?
And sue put on top of it.
You know, think, say, from them, they spend how much money. We got to dig up in the Prime Minister business and finances and hear what them hear. And it not working at them favor. You know, things are there, and then some should have be done happen to them.
Well, here where it is, and the government has a duty to act. The government is expending a budget of over $2 billion to the Integrity Commission. I mean, the Integrity Commission use 1 year and spend over 15. I mean, is it 2 years, Nathaniel? Because you read, I think you spend a little bit more time on this than I do. They use about $15 million 2 years to buy food, caviar and champagne and Moet and Shandon and all these things that those expensive food.
Yes.
$15 billion to really and truly to eat. I don't know if they eat
and we get from them down there is to investigation and to wellness and Christopher Tufton. Not more you can get from them down there. That's all they do for the years. And to wellness and Christopher Tufton.
And what they did
same thing type of investigation cannot for the Prime Minister, the same thing then go after Christopher Tufton with.
And what they did
and come up and when they come back they don't find nothing.
And what they did now, Nathaniel, is they gave the PNP a punchline to say, all right, we no can just say as people we are investigating. We not act upon none of the we just get some
yes,
case.
because them cannot investigate and leak it to the PNP.
That's what I'm saying to you, that the case that they're investigating, the case has nothing substantive to hold the person who they are investigating culpable of any kind of wrong or malfeasance in office, any wrongdoing financially in office. But still yet, they use the tool that governs them to stretch out it, and guess what? The silence that they perform a kind of radio silence where we don't hear nothing from them coming to the media to explain, to say it done because of a gag clause that they said that the parliamentary would have actually put on them. And so therefore, while they would come and speak on other things, they did not come to the media and said, listen, we do not currently investigating 6 people. And that is where it is. If they don't want to go further, fine. But here we are, how I look at it. I look at it that if a politician is actually building his home, or is building a commercial piece of real estate development, and normally what people would see in that area is that it is done within 2 years. And this politician decides that they're going to employ a development company and they're going to get the company to build that structure. And so within 5.5 months, the structure, the facade is actually built from the ground to the final height that they need. No, people can say rotted. No, sir. The 4 months ago, me pass and I see them come out of foundation. A 5 months now and the whole of the building done. No man, I just money there, man. No man, a thief government money. Now, when people really and truly speaks in this kind of way, then you hear say, all right, they're going to investigate him, because most corruption in mean that because the building are built too fast. These are the realities what we see, And then when you investigate, John Tam has never done anything wrong in public office, but John Tam have the Integrity Commission having an axe waving over John Tam's head and make people in the public domain leak information to say John Tam investigate. We are investigate John Tam. John Tam not doing nothing wrong, The only thing John Tam do is John Tam get a capable company that can execute project on time and within budget, and the project is actually accelerating as what they should do. And guess what? People say, no man, I'm going to tell the Integrity Commission, I'm going to make them investigate them because they might build it too fast. That is the reality. That is right now on the ground, and that is the reason why I believe that this parliament, the government should use its majority to amend the clause that would actually allow an officer to go on a folly of their own to really and truly to damage people's character. Let me say this though, Nathaniel, and you have watched the parliament as I would have done countless times, so you understand a little bit more on this too. You see, when they actually put in all of that, almost 28 persons that sits on their side in the lower house in the shadow cabinet, that was an opportunity to get an objective to confuse the government. I'll tell you why. When you have one man that is in charge of constitutional affairs, which is Mark Golden, another person is in charge of justice, which is Luca Jess, and a maximum man is in charge of human rights, which is Aishat Bakaman. That's 3 persons that you normally have in charge of only with one minister. Now, guess what you're going to have? When something might happen in the Ministry of Justice, you're going to have 3 persons asking questions. Well, they might not get the opportunity to ask questions on their feet, in a prompt, in an abrupt manner. But they will send the questions, and the question is going to be structured in a way where it's only to achieve only one fundamentals, and that is chaos and
exactly pure confusion. True, man.
Confusion. Yeah, that's the word. Confusion. It's going to confuse the hell out of the parliament and the people who are listening. That is the reason why they did what they did. Now, the government has to really and truly said, put down their feet pretty early in the game. Some of these questions must never see the light of the day. It must not be answered. They send the questions.
That's what I'm talking about answer jars yesterday. No? You went tell him saying come for campaign. That's I'm to make him say election done from September 3rd.
And that is how.
Campaign for 2030.
Good afternoon, good night, people.
Tell him.